A San Antonio child was bullied for her breathing problems, but an orthodontist helped to solve that issue after just a 15-minute consultation. Eyewitness News reporter Sharon Ko explains.
Isabella Salazar has faced a number of health problems since the day she was born.
My daughter Isabella was born premature at 24 weeks. Her organs were underdeveloped, and she had trouble sleeping at nights for many years.
The lack of sleep affected her schoolwork, and her peers poked fun at her breathing issues. A pediatrician told Isabella's mother the issue stemmed from her daughter's weight.
My friends used to say, like, I used to breathe heavy, and it made me feel like a little, like, sad, because it kind of felt mean.
When the girl needed braces, they visited Dr. Tito Norris at Stone Oak Orthodontics.
Just based on our initial examination, I could tell right away that she had an airway issue. Well, lots of times when a child comes in for an examination, we do a very thorough examination. We're looking not only just at the teeth, but we're looking at the facial structures, we're looking at the airway.
Isabella also got a sleep test, CT scan, and visited other doctors. But she saw the biggest improvement with a dental device called an expander.
The appliance is placed, and then the patient or the parent will actually turn the appliance to activate it, and so typically it takes about 6 weeks.
A major improvement that's helped Isabella move past years of bullying and pain.
I have more energy, and I like to go out to play with my friends because I'm having more energy. I'm not as tired as much.
Sharon Ko, KENS 5, Eyewitness News.